Hi, Angus Campbell here. It's Wednesday the 1st of October 2025. So, what are these two doing on the trailer? Well, I brought them over to the other storage unit to join the B50SS. And that's because we're creating a bit of space in the garage so we can accept a Rocket 3 that's coming in a few days' time to have some work on it. It's Rob's Mark II, a photo of which you'll have seen in my previous video with the stable roundup. So that's why these two are here on a dull, miserable day actually. So they're pretty clean, but we'll need a bit of polish at some point. But anyway, they're at a good facility, and I'll give you another shot of them once I've got them inside with the B50. Give you another view of the B50. It's still here, waiting patiently. But the plan for that is that once we've sorted out Rob's Rocket 3, then we'll bring it down and get started. But anyway, in the meantime, let's get these off the trailer. Well, there we are, all tucked in bed for a little while. I'll come back every couple of weeks or so and start up the Rocket 3 and the Lightning, and they do need a bit of a clean, but I've just given them a rub down because the roads were a bit bloody filthy. Sod's law, you know, it wasn't supposed to rain today, but it has, and we're out in the sticks a bit, so the roads are a bit dirty from tractors, etc. But anyway, they're not too bad at all, as you can see. And yeah, just as a reminder, there is the B50. Still here, hidden away a little bit. But anyway, definitely be in the garage this winter at some point. Right, I'll be back in a few days' time on this video with the next clip, when which is probably going to be Saturday morning, when the Rocket 3's due to arrive. And then in the meantime, you'll see that to clear the bench, I'm going to do a bit of work on the Fury, which you'll have seen by now. Saturday 4th of October, one Rocket 3 arriving in a van. There she is out the van, Rob's Rocket 3, kindly brought over by Gary in his van. Pretty bike. I think we know a bit of the history, so I'll go into that when we do the first clip inside the garage. Oh, Rob. Dare I say it, Torrey Canyon. How long has it been standing there? Probably about only 10 days. Right, the Fury's off. Let's get the lump on. That's how I get them off the main stand on the lift, otherwise they slip and slide all over the place. I know other people have sort of bolted a strip of wood in front of the main stand, so when you roll the bike forward, the main stand doesn't slide along, but the rubber mat works quite well. Right, we'll take the mat away Shall we take the mat away? Yeah, we'll do. If we have any trouble, we'll put it back. Right, I'm not going to show you the struggles here, but we'll get it on. Whoa, she's finally on the main stand. What a job. That's another observation. God, she is low. Oh, there's something wrong somewhere. It's a lot more difficult to put on the main stand than mine, and I just couldn't do it with her on the hydraulic lift. So I got the old scissor jack out with the front with a block of wood, and you won't be able to see it, but with obviously some safety measures just in case, but I managed. You won't be able to see this, I don't think. Where are we? No, you won't, because that's in the way. Side stand. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. So there it is. There's a spar there going across the frame in front of the main stand fulcrum. Whew. So right, she needs to move back a bit, but I can shuffle her along now once I undo the clamp on the front. Oh, what a job. So that's first observation, oil leaks. Second observation, very difficult to get on the main stand. I wonder why that is, but we'll look into that at some point, maybe. Not desperate. Right, she's all safely on the bench now. Tightened up at the front, central. It didn't help that the hydraulic lift actually wasn't quite on the floor. It was swaying around quite a lot, which is my damn fault because I'm an idiot. But what we're going to do now is we're just going to, before we do a bit of a tour round and just make some further observations, we're just going to do a cold start. So the choke's a bit of a problem on this. I'll come onto that at the moment because the cables are all sticking. So we'll tickle her and we'll see if we get anything. Tickler, prime, tickler, try and start her. She tickles well. I don't think I'll need to prime her. Let's just, sorry, give her another tickle. Just give her a couple of kicks. Ignition. Absolutely nothing. We've got electronic ignition on this. Battery is supposed to be good, but not a sausage. Horn's going alright, so battery should be alright. Kickstart. Quadrants locking a bit. Have I flooded it? Yes, I have. Come on, girl. Okay, that's cleared her out. We'll give another one. A bit more throttle. Everyone's got the nuances. Right, bit of throttle. Oh God. Kick back. Oh dear. One more, and then I'm going to call it a day. We'll just do some observations. Woo! Nearly. bit more. She needs choke. Can I get this choke to work? God, I don't know if anything's happening. Still alright there. I think I've probably flooded her. Oh, just turned the ignition off and you heard it flatulate. Have a quick look at a plug. Wet, very wet. Okay. I'll just try it once more with no tickling. See if we can clear her out a bit. I doubt it. It's very wet. And my right knee is saying I need a cup of tea. Right. Give him quite a bit of throttle. No. Okay. Well, we'll leave that for now. But just to say that she's running unevenly. Tick over is, I've got some notes. It's not happy on tick over. Oh, that's right, it takes a long while to settle down on tick over, so it's racing a bit before he settles down. I've already checked the pilot screws and they're all about one turn out, which is about right. That's where I run mine. Get it back in the centre. Oh, right. So that's a few observations first. I'll just pump her up on the stand and then we'll have a quick look round her. And that'll do by way of an intro. Right, so here we have Rob's Rocket 3, which he bought restored. And there are various telltale signs on this that it was the same restorer that originally did my 5-speed Rocket 3. Firstly, it's a 71 model Mark II export, but it's got 72 side panel transfers. It's got polished hubs and brake plates instead of silver painted. It's got black tie wraps all over the place, which I hate, and it's got the rear light unit painted in the same colour as the frame. When I got mine originally it was dove grey. That should be silver. So telltale signs. Now with mine, as those of you that follow the channel know, I had to do quite a bit to the engine because cosmetically it's a great job. The colour on this is a lovely colour. It's sort of somewhere between 71 Firecracker Red and 72 Burgundy. It's sort of in between. But it is a nice colour, suits it well. So cosmetics are usually great, and the quality of the paint stroke powder coat is excellent. No issues there. And in fact, with the polishing and the hubs and that, they do look good. But mine, the engine was skimped on, so I had quite a bit to do in the engine. And in the end, I had it rebored, and that sorted out quite a lot of the issues. The other thing I've just noticed as well, just going around on cosmetics. Oh no, it's right, yeah. So we've got the early legs with the backbone, if you like. And now those have been polished up too, because normally they would have been matte, like those, sort of cast matte. But again, they look good. Other than that, you know, it's in standard spec. Now, starting at the front, mudguard looks too high, and the first thing you think of is, oh, the mounting brackets have been put on upside down onto the forks, but these haven't. So have we got an 18 front wheel? Roadrunner, bloody blah. No, it's a 19. Might be a pattern mudguard then. So it's a bit gappy between the tyre and the mudguard, which always, you know, speaks to me of something that's not original somewhere. Not a big problem. Front end, all pretty standard. Now, all quite neat and tidy. Choke cable, ceased to buggery. It's stiff as hell, and either the slides aren't moving or the cables are knackered. God, that's stiff. Anyway, Rob wants me to convert it a la later Trident stroke Hurricane and mount the choke lever just here with a short cable on it to a junction box that goes behind the usually the side panel and then over the top into the three carbs. Right, let's go on down this side then. We know about that, we'll sort that out. I don't know why he's got it on actually, to be honest. Mine are only glued on. That looks pretty solid to me, but anyway, we'll check it out. Yeah, we noticed oil. So it's coming down from the rocker box somewhere, either the cover, which it could be, which is rather wet there. Anyway, we can have a look at that. Carbs, I believe, are Premiers. Yeah, they are. They're Premiers. So they should be pretty new with the latest floats and stuff in there. There's no breather on the back here. So that means, well, might run a little bit leaner because of that. So there should be a doorstop breather tube. Well, it's the engine breather actually, that goes from here. This is all a bit messy, look. Cracked and messed about. I don't know where the hell that goes. Somewhere. We'll check that out. But there should be what they call a big doorstop. Goes from here, round by the back of the edge of the side panel, up inside the side panel, back round and out there. And in fact, that's not a Rocket 3. It's like back panel on the airbox because it should have a stub. But again, you can sort that out. What I noticed as well is the side stand is clouting the bracket there between the pipe and the silencer, and that's because it hasn't got a stop screw or the facility to have one. So that's probably off another bike of the period. Everything else looking good. Now Rob to tell me about these, I don't know whether him or a friend made up these knobs to facilitate the removal of the rear seat just by unscrewing these with fingers. I did say actually the factory themselves did that eventually with the Hurricane. Similar style knobs with the nut on the back. They attached a big tab to it so it would catch one of the other fittings on the back. I think it's usually caught on the top of the shock, so you could unscrew it, and the factory ones had the badge inserted as well. Nice to see that the correct way round. So we know about the black backlight housing. Why? That should be a chromie. Anyway, we'll talk to Rob about these and see which he wants to sort out, etc. So it's nothing detriment to the running, of course. Everything else doesn't look too bad. But we've already got an initial plan of action on this anyway, regardless of all the cosmetic things, and that's going to be carbs are going to come off, stripped, ultrasonically cleaned, make sure that slides, jets, etc. are to spec, and we're going to take the rocker covers and the head off and have a look inside. Rob also said that, from memory, one of the spark plug threads feels a bit iffy, and I think it's the centre one. So if we need to get a helicoil or an insert done for that, then we can, subject obviously again to Rob's approval. So we've got the okay to begin the work. When this is published, oh, there we go. That's the other thing I forgot to mention. These are too short. They're kinking here on both sides, so I don't like that. Kinking badly, in fact. Although, as we saw, the carbs are tickling well, so it's not an issue, but could be in the future. So what was I saying? Yeah, I've got the okay to begin this. It won't be until I'm back from leave, which I'm on at the moment, because when this is published as scheduled after the Last Fury video, there she is, we'll what was I saying? When this is published, I'll be away. That's what I'm saying, enjoying some sun. Back later in the month, and then, as I say, we'll get into the bike in earnest. Oh yeah, last thing to say, of course, as you saw on the floor, it's leaking quite a lot of oil. Mine is annoyingly a bit drippy, but this is probably, Rob, about 10 times worse actually. And that's with the sump drained. So we'll look into things like that. Lots to do. Anyway, should be interesting. In addition, a bit of a spoiler, there might be yet another Rocket 3 that you've seen before coming over for a bit of Fettling in November too. So, you know, if the situation's right at some point, I'll ride mine down from where it is at the moment in other storage, and we'll have a lineup of the three of them, 3 different Rocket 3s. Right, we'll leave it there. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. Thanks for your interest, any comments and subscriptions. See you all again soon. Cheers.